If you're new to calisthenics and don't know where to start, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you 3 beginner-friendly skills that you can start learning right now. We'll go in order, starting with the easiest and then building up in difficulty from there. So I'd recommend you try them in the exact same sequence. Let's jump straight into the first skill. So first up, we have the frog stand. Now, the frog stand is your entry point into beginning to learn how to balance on your hands, as well as learning body control. It's simple, it's safe, and it teaches you how to start shifting the weight throughout your hands in order to balance yourself properly. So to perform the frog stand, we are going to start off by placing our hands on the ground about shoulder width apart. Think about clawing the floor, almost gripping the ground with your fingertips. Then we are going to bend our elbows and rest our knees onto our triceps. Then we're going to lean forward slightly until our feet naturally start to lift off the ground. We're going to try to keep that gaze forward at a slight angle and then try to hold it for a few seconds if we can. If this is a bit challenging for you right now, you can work on getting into this position and then just slowly tapping your feet off the ground, alternating between the two. This is going to help you build up to that full hold. So the frog stand helps us start to build our wrist strength, our shoulder stability, and it also teaches us how to engage our core properly. All of the essential things that you need in order to learn skills later on, like the handstand and the full planche progressions. So next up, we have the elbow lever, which is going to be our second skill. This one is a slightly harder movement as it requires a bit more wrist flexibility and overall balance in the body. So to perform the elbow lever, we are going to start off by placing our hands on the ground. This time we're going to point our fingers either sideways or slightly back towards us if your wrist mobility allows for this. Then again, we are going to bend those elbows. And what we're looking for is to be almost jabbing our elbows into our lower abs. Then we're just going to lean on forward, engage our core, and lift our legs slightly off of the ground. So for now, we might only be able to lift our legs just slightly off the ground, but over time, the more you train this, the stronger you get, you'll be able to lift your legs higher and higher. Again, if this is a bit challenging for you right now, you can work on getting into the position and just slowly tapping your feet off the ground, as well as working on your wrist mobility, should that be a limiting factor for you. So the elbow lever is going to help teach us the full body tension and control, especially in that horizontal position. You'll feel your core, your glutes, shoulders, all of it working all at once, which is going to be the perfect prep for some of the more advanced static holds later on, such as the front lever or back lever. Lastly, we have the L-sit. Now, this one looks fairly simple, but it actually demands a fair amount of core stability and compression strength, and so I would say is the harder of the 3. But the good news is that anyone can start building up to it. So for the L-sit, how we're going to do this is we're going to start off by placing our hands by our sides, again almost gripping the ground. Then we are going to press down and up through our arms in order to lift ourselves up. Then all we're going to do to finish off is just lift up the legs and hold if possible. Now, if this is a bit challenging for you right now, you can work on holding the position with your legs tucked. This will be a tucked L-sit, and over time you can try and straighten those legs out. You can also work on your compression strength with movements like the pike lift, which will help you build up to being able to hold the L-sit. With the L-sit as well, you can work on holding the movement on parallettes, which will make it a slight bit easier in terms of the wrist, and because you'll be naturally higher off the ground, although I would recommend still learning and be able to hold this movement without the parallettes. Now, the L-sit is going to help us build pure compression and core control. It also helps us build hip flexor strength, as well as scapular depression and full body tension. It's a foundational movement for core strength across all the calisthenics skills, and will help with every skill later down the line. And with that, we have all 3 beginner calisthenics skills. And who knows, you might just end up falling in love with calisthenics once you learn how to do these skills. And the bonus, these 3 skills aren't just beginner friendly, they're actually foundational movements in calisthenics. And if you want help continuing your journey in calisthenics from this point onwards, working towards defying gravity while building superhuman strength and aesthetics, then I have a complete beginner friendly calisthenics program as well as one-on-one coaching, both of which are designed to give you real results without any of the guesswork in between. They can both be found, top link in the description below. With all that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.